Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hyunchul No, and today I will present my research and its results. The title of my presentation is Generalizable Programmatic Performance Validation of Multivariate Time Series, include decoder models for power equipment health management. This slide shows the overall structure of my presentation. I will begin with introduction of my study, then I will cover the theoretical background. After that, I will explain the purpose model, followed by the experimental result. Finally, I will conclude with key findings and future directions. This slide illustrates the safety risk associated with aging railway infrastructure. On the left side, the chart shows the current aging status of major electrical facilities in the Seoul Metro. As you can see, many components have significantly deteriorated over time. This increases the probability of components failure. Such failures can lead to serious safety risks, including accidents and power outages. Therefore, managing aging infrastructure is a critical issue for ensuring railway safety. This slide explains why a transition to predictive maintenance is necessary. Currently, railway infrastructure is mainly managed using time-based maintenance. As shown on the left, the maintenance is performed based on fixed schedule and predefined checklists. However, this approach does not consider the actual condition of the equipment, which can lead to either unnecessary maintenance or unexpected failures. To address these limitations, there is a transition toward condition-based maintenance and further toward predictive maintenance. By using data and AI, predictive maintenance enables early failure predictions and supports more efficient maintenance decisions. This slide explains how predictive maintenance can be implemented. First, real-time data are collected from electrical equipment using sensors. This includes continuous monitoring and data acquisition. Second, the collected data is analyzed using machine learning or deep learning models. At these stages, feature extractions are performed. Third, based on this analysis, the model predicts failure probability or estimates the remaining useful life of the equipment. Finally, these predictions are used to optimize maintenance scheduling. In this study, I mainly focused on the AI analysis stage. Before explaining the mechanism, let me briefly introduce why installation is important. The lifetime of electrical equipment is related to condition of each installation. Since installation degradation is one of the main causes of electrical failure, one of the most widely used methods to assess installation condition is partial discharge, which provides useful information about defects inside the installation. Now, I will explain the mechanism of partial discharge and installation degradation. The process can be explained in 4 stages. First, the electric field becomes concentrated at defects, creating high-stress regions within the insulation. Second, when the electric field exceeds the breakdown strength, partial discharge occurs and localized discharge are initiated. Third, repeated partial discharge accelerates insulation degradation, causing the material properties to deteriorate over time. Finally, this degradation leads to the growth of existing voids and the formation of additional defects, which further intensifies partial discharge. This cycle continues and gradually leads to installation failure. This slide explains how partial discharge is measured and analyzed. The process consists of 3 main steps: measurement, representation, and analysis. First, in the measurement stage, partial discharge signals are captured using sensors. The electrical activity inside the installation is converted into measurable signals. Second, these signals are visualized as PRPD patterns. This allows us to observe phase and magnitude information of the discharge events. Finally, in the analysis stages, different partial discharge sources show distinct patterns. By analyzing these patterns, we can identify defect types and assess installation condition. These slides explain how partial discharge data is used for predictive maintenance. To effectively represent PD behavior, 4 key features are extracted. First, the PD rate indicates the frequency of discharge events. A higher rate implies increased defect activity inside the installation. Second, amplitude reflects the intensity of discharge events. Higher amplitude indicates more severe installation stress. Third, concentration describes how PD activity is distributed over phase regions. These patterns help identify different types of defects. Finally, degradation represents how PD characteristics change over time. These trends enable condition monitoring and prediction of equipment health. By combining these features, we can better capture the condition of installation and use it as input for predictive models. This slide provides a more detailed view of proposed predictive maintenance framework. First, time series PD data is used as an input, and a sliding window is applied to generate sequential data. As shown in the figure, the model uses past observation to predict future values in a step-by-step. For each step, the encoder-decoder LSTM takes the current input sequence, encodes it into a context vector, and generates the next prediction. Then the predicted value is fed back into the input sequence, and the window is updated for the next prediction step. This recursive process is repeated multiple times to generate a multi-step prediction sequence. As a result, the model can effectively capture temporal patterns and predict future equipment conditions over a long horizon. This slide explains the model training and implementation process. First, in the input sequence, past 100-step multivariate PD data are used as an input. Each time step consists of 5 features: rate, amplitude, concentration, and degradation. Next, the data is split into training, validation, and test set. The encoder-decoder LSTM model is trained using sequence-to-sequence learning. For multi-step forecasting, recursive prediction is applied, where each predicted value is used as input for the next step. Finally, in the output sequence, future PD values are predicted sequentially. The model generates up to 100-step predictions, presenting the future trend of PD activity. This allows us to estimate the future condition of electrical equipment. So what does it mean of prediction output? First, the model generates the future sequence of predicted values, which represent the partial discharge occurrence rate over time. Next, an increasing trend indicates installation degradation, while a stable trend suggests that the equipment is in a normal condition. Third, they enable condition monitoring and support maintenance and upgrade decision making. Therefore, the model output provides meaningful insights into the future health condition of electrical equipment. This slide shows experimental setup. 3 types of cables are used, and PD signals are measured using an HFCT sensor. For evaluation, MAE, RMS, Pearson correlation, and dynamic time mapping are used. The right figure shows the measurement process. This slide shows the effects of initial condition on 100-step prediction. On the left side, the result with initial condition is shown, while on the right side, the result without initial condition is presented. As you can see, both cases produce comparable prediction result, and there is no significant difference in overall performance. Although slight difference appear at the beginning of prediction, the overall trends remain similar in both cases. This indicates that the model does not strongly depend on initial conditions and can maintain stable performance even without initial conditions. In other words, the model shows robustness to initial input setting in multi-step prediction. This slide compares prediction performance for different step sizes. We evaluate 1-step, 5-step, 20-step, and 100-step predictions. As shown in the result, each step size has different characteristics. For one-step prediction, the error is relatively low, but it requires repeated recursive prediction for long-term forecasting. In contrast, larger step size such as 10-step and 100-step prediction allow direct multi-step forecasting, but may show slightly higher error in some cases. However, 100-step prediction captures the overall trends more effectively, which is important for long-term condition monitoring. Therefore, an appropriate step size can be selected. These slides compare the prediction performance between LSTM and ARIMA models. On the left side, the results of LSTM-based model are shown, while the right side, the ARIMA-based results are presented. From the evaluation metrics, we can see that the LSTM model achieves lower RMSA and MAE and higher correlation compared to the ARIMA model. In addition, the LSTM model better captures the overall trends of data, while the ARIMA model shows less accurate trend representation. Also, in terms of computational efficiency, ARIMA requires significantly longer runtime. For example, about 30 minutes prediction took about 90 minutes. This suggests that ARIMA may be less suitable for real-time applications. This is because LSTM can model nonlinear temporal dependencies, whereas ARIMA is limited to linear relationships. Therefore, the proposed LSTM-based model demonstrates superior performance for predicting partial discharge time series data. This slide summarizes the key takeaways of the proposed framework. First, from the data-driven perspective, multivariate PD features are effectively utilized and temporal patterns in time series data are successfully captured. Second, in terms of prediction performance, the proposed model achieves accurate multi-step forecasting and outperforms traditional models such as ARIMA. Finally, from a practical perspective, the proposed framework enables predictive maintenance strategies and supports maintenance and asset upgrade decision-making. Overall, this study demonstrates that data-driven approaches can effectively improve predictive maintenance for electrical equipment. This slide presents the limitation of this study and directions for future work. First, there are some limitations in this study. The dataset is relatively limited, which may restrict the generalization of the model. In addition, the experiments were conducted under controlled laboratory conditions, so performance in real-world environments may be different. Also, since failure labels are not available, it is difficult to directly estimate failure times or remaining useful life. Based on these limitations, several future research directions are suggested. First, validation can be extended to multiple types of electrical equipment using larger and more diverse datasets. Second, real-world conditions can be incorporated, including environmental and operational factors. Third, remaining useful life modeling can be introduced to enable explicit failure time prediction. Finally, HAI deployment can be considered for real-time prediction in field environments. This direction will improve the practical applicability of the proposed framework. Thank you for listening.